So how much do you really know about dual threat Trace McSorley, the Lions' record-setting quarterback? He's had a terrific run at Penn State, a run that is far from over. The truth is, Trace's Penn State success has some serious ties to development that dates back to more than a decade ago, even before he was a Virginia Prep standout at Briar Woods. Did you know Trace's record at Briar Woods was 55-5, and he guided his team to 4 state championship appearances? The Trace McSorley story has been a long time in the making.
You have a kid who's artistic, or a kid who has a great voice, and they go into church choir and they get the solo and they sing, and you kind of like, I knew that was going to happen. Not that I thought we were going to win 4 state championships, but I didn't think. I mean, Rick says this often, and it's true. The moment wasn't going to be too big for him because it's all he could think about. I mean, would you say that's true? I mean, he literally, you know, when he was little, he would have stacks of these composition books with plays in them, and I would go kiss him goodnight, and he'd say, lay down, and I'd lay down, and he'd show me all these plays. I'm like, that's awesome, buddy. I know what the heck he was talking about, but he literally obsessively thought about football.
He was, you know, he'd be in that huddle, and he would demand of the guys, but that demand was of himself at the same time. And so when it came time to making big plays or getting down and dirty, he was right there. He'd going to his senior year, our workouts, we broke him up to linemen, offense, defensive linemen, one group, and then the skill of the other group. And we had a lot of good skill guys during that time frame too. And so during workouts, Trace came with the linemen because he wanted to work out those guys. He wanted to be with them. He wanted to be in their face and him and them in his face, because when they got in that huddle, he said, hey, it's 4th and 1. I'm coming behind you, get the first down. Can I count on you? I mean, that kind of stuff. And he said, yeah, you count me. And they'll reflect back to all that blood and sweat and all that stuff working out. Right. And so he was tough as nails. And, you know, I don't know if you know this, I want to say the last 5 weeks of the season, maybe leading up to the playoff, he played with torn labrum and his non-throwing shoulder the whole time.
And the final season?
Yeah, and torn labrum. And then he got the hip pointer. And this is going to the state championship game. Torn labrum, hip pointer. And he still performed at such a high level. So that tells you toughness there.
He had to be like 8 or 9 years old. And I remember the first day I saw him. And I've always said this, I said, when you see an athlete, you recognize him. And he had not only athleticism, but he also had this internal drive as a young man, you know what I'm saying? And I think I immediately noticed, like, this kid was going to be something special, you know, even him being that young age. To be quite honest, if the truth be told, and Trace, you know this, I always saw Trace as a safety. I thought he was an absolute monster safety. I thought he was an absolute machine. I thought he had an intangible, a skill set, but I'm a defensive guy.
Right.
I thought he had an intangible skill set that he did things at safety that I was just like, man, this guy could do something extremely special. But Trace had this thing about, you know, you can't tell me what I can't do. I think what makes him the guy that he is his grit. Trace is a freaking winner, and he don't back down from nothing, you know. And it ain't that Rudy story either, because he's an athlete too.
Right.
I mean, this guy, we see his athleticism and what he can do. This stuff is not just, oh, this is just a kid that's a winner. No, he's a superior athlete. He has football IQ out of the stars. He's extremely his leadership, his ability to lead others, which he's always done.
Right.
Now, if you meet him in a room, he's the quietest guy in the room. But when he steps on that field, it's a different switch. You can't teach. You can't draw up the stuff that he's able to do. You can't draw that stuff up. That's something that I feel like God gave him. That's a special gift that uniquely separates him from all the rest. That's what I firmly believe. Right. Because you don't do what he did in high school and what he's doing on that stage in Penn State, which is one of the biggest college, you know, atmospheres in the sport. You know what I'm saying? In the world, really. When you think Penn State, you think football. You know what I mean? It is. Think about the level of players that's come through that university, the institution, and him to be able to do what he's done on that stage in the Big Ten is absolutely phenomenal. You can't draw that stuff up, man. That ain't no accident. That is not luck. That is skill. That is will. That is toughness. That is character. That is leadership. That is a guy that's committed to doing whatever he needs to do to help his team. So that's who Trace is.